I was like, let me try to do this vertical shit, man. I'm chilling, watching the phone, watching the fight on my phone and shit, and uh, Rolly get iced versus Esau Cruz. I thought Rolly could win this fight. Neither one of the fighters are good, but I think Cruz made an adjustment that they really weren't talking about in the first. That last fight I seen him in, Cruz was rushing and I just think it was the level of opponent. He looked really, really sloppy and bad in this last fight, and I think in the first round he looked sloppy and bad in the first round versus Rolly. Even though he clipped Rolly, if you pay attention, he uh he punched himself out in the first round, and he was just going buck wild, hella sloppy versus Rolly in that first round. But after that first round, I think he slowed down a little bit. He got tired. Even though he had Rolly hurt, it just feel like he could have got Rolly out there in a second. But yeah, he got tired in that second round. In that first from that first round, trying to get Rolly out of there. Ever since then, Cruz figured out that he started pacing himself and taking his time. And if you pay attention, an adjustment that Cruz made from his previous fights was that he started to counter Rolly. That was the game plan. He started sitting back and countering Rolly, and he'll let Rolly win the first 2 minutes of the round, and then Eastside Cruz was still around from Rolly by hurting Rolly every time he tapped Rolly chin. So he went out there from being the bull in the china shop in the first round, and if he would have kept that pace up, he probably would have got stopped due to conditioning. But he started to become the matador. He started to counter Rolly. He started to become a counter puncher with Rolly, and Rolly would land. Rolly was his ass was green once two things happened. Once Eastside Cruz was able to pace himself and not be too anxious, and then two, when he could never hurt Eastside Cruz. He hit Eastside Cruz with some clean uppercuts, some clean right hands, some clean hooks. He couldn't hurt Cruz. And when you used to hitting the guy with one shot, and he used to hurting or hurt you or they crumbling from your one shot. A lot of punchers don't know how to switch it up. And how you switch it up is you start doubling up on the shots. You start throwing combination punches. Not only you throw uppercuts, you come back with a left hook. Now you throw a 1-2, you come back with the 3. Rolly was throwing a 1 and the 2, or he's throwing a 2, or he was throwing an uppercut, and he wasn't coming back with nothing because Rolly is traditionally used to, if I hit somebody one time, they gonna hurt. But the way Esau Cruz is built, he built like a 80s box Chevy, very, very durable. So one of the adjustments that I don't think Rolly got in his repertoire was throwing combination punches and doubling up his shots. When you got a guy that can take your shot, and no Diddy, um, and just when he can see it, he can take the shot. Now you got to create different angles. You got to make sure I thumbs up the video. Now you got to create different angles and different, in different angles, and then you got to create different scenarios where you combination punches, so you can make up for the lack of one punch knockout puncher. But that's what happened. You figure you got a smaller guy coming up, you gonna hurt him. And I feel like Rolly should have really went to the body a lot. Continued to go to the body a lot more. But everything was one at a time. He believed in his power, and what Rolly needed to do was go 3, 4, 5 punches. Turn them, throw 1 or 2, 3 punches, and start doubling and tripling up his shots. And he didn't do that. So Esau Cruz was like, "Well, I could take a shot." He hit Esau Cruz with some really, really good uppercuts, man. He hit Esau Cruz with some wonderful uppercuts, and some uppercuts that Esau Cruz didn't even see coming. But instead of you throwing one uppercut at a time, and he come back with the left hook and come back with the right hand, had he did something like that, he probably would have got Cruz in trouble. When he was digging the Cruz's body, that one shot, why not double it up, or then not go to the body, come back with the uppercut, come back with the left hook. Rolly was throwing one shot at a time because Rolly used to, when I hit a person, Rolly used to them crumbling or them hurting. He couldn't hurt Eastside Cruz. He hurt Cruz with some right hands. Cruz didn't see coming. He hurt Cruz with some uppercuts. He hit Cruz with some really good body shots. And make sure I thumbs up the video. And Cruz, that was it. Once Cruz started pacing himself and Cruz, he couldn't hurt Cruz. It wasn't that. It was just a a matter of time. And if Cruz had an uppercut, I mean, if Cruz had a jab, this fight would have been over a lot sooner. Neither one of them motherfuckers shit. They both ass, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Cruz is just a more durable fighter, in my opinion. But I felt that I feel that if Cruz can get an uppercut, his overhand lefts and rights to be that much more lethal, in my opinion. If Cruz can get an uppercut, a jab, excuse me, it'll be that much more lethal. But Rolly tried to box, but his jab wasn't shit. His jab wasn't shit. His feet work wasn't bad. Footwork wasn't bad, but his jab wasn't shit, and he couldn't combination punch for the lack of not being able to hurt Isaac Cruz. So once you start adding those things, it was just a matter of time, and he couldn't take the punch. He was glad when the referee stopped that shit. So, like I said before, had, Rolly, threw combination punches, doubled up on some of his shots. You had a better jab, you know, I feel like he probably would have been a different outcome. And had Isaac Cruz not paced himself after punching himself out at the end of the first round, and you know, that really was it, because he can take the punch and he can hurt Rolly. It was just a matter of time. I felt that Rolly should have did a lot better, in my opinion. 704 Joe, you think the ref stopped it? No, Rolly was happy that the referee stopped it. Make sure I thumbs up the video, man. Come on, this shit is free. Johnny Law said Rolly didn't deserve the belt in the first. No, he didn't. But then again, Gary Anton Russell, he dug Puello. And then Puello, then Rolly stepped in to fight Puello. And Puello popped hot. So blame Gary Anton Russell for ducking Puello. You know what I'm saying? Them Russells, man, I don't know what be going on with them motherfuckers. He said at least a respectable champion, therefore. I wouldn't say Isaac Cruz fucking respectable. I wouldn't even say Isaac Cruz respectable. Motherfucker get beat by any other champion in that division by easily. Him and Matias would be a good fight because he got a good jaw. No diddy. But that motherfucker ain't respectable. That nigga ass. I'm surprised Rolly didn't go down in the first round. Rolly got hurt. Rolly was in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Come on now. This shit be free. I'll be here looking and not even hitting the thumbs up button. Rolly suck. We knew that coming in. NHA say get ready for Pitbull Tank 2. I'm calling it now. The West Coast Cal, Kenny, Nostradamus, Floyd, and every Tank fanboy make a case for I mean, yeah, that was the key. They wanted Tank. They wanted him to get a belt. Now Tank get a belt. Only reason I say that rematch may not happen next is because, and I'm gonna speak on this tomorrow. I'm glad you gave me a video idea. Only reason I say the rematch probably don't happen, y'all, is because then there's gonna be even more pressure on Tank to fight Teofimo and Matias and Devin Haney. So I'm not sure if they actually gonna fight or not, but it's gonna be a lot of pressure on Tank to do that at that point, especially if Devin Haney keep extending and T.O. keep doing his thing when she fighting nobody in Miami. I don't really get the point of that. I don't even think Canelo sold well in Miami. He was running away with his hands all the way down. Yeah, his chin, you got to keep your hands up and keep your chin tucked. When you fight somebody that throw them overhand left and right like that, and you pulling straight back, that chin, your hands got to be up. A lot of times you better off stepping to it with straight punches and stepping into them type of guys. That way you can disrupt them and shit. He said, the old man should have had the belt anyway. Yeah, he should have. Joshua salute. He said the fight was said, I feel bad for Rolly. I don't feel bad for him. He made a bunch of money. Him and Ryan Garcia could have easily fought. But they chose to do this fight, so I hope the money was worth it. He said, what's up? Much love from Memphis 10. Shout out to Memphis, man. I used to go to Memphis all the time. Shout out to Memphis. He said, I'm at the fight. The Mexican showed. Yeah, they showed up. It's on the West Coast. They was talking about, make sure I thumbs up the video, how Devin Haney, they was cheering for Lomachenko when they was in Vegas against Devin Haney. They was cheering for Isaac Cruz against Rolly, and Rolly from motherfucking Lomachenko, he from motherfucking Las Vegas. Ain't no loyalty. Once you got black in your blood, dog, man, you out there, man, ain't got no loyalty to your ass, dog. Everybody conditioned not to root for the black fighter, bro. And I'm gonna do a video on Free Game 89 before I shut it down. I'll probably keep it up another week because I ain't get to the Patreon this weekend. I'm tired as hell. I'm gonna build the Patreon this weekend for y'all, or some coming up. I was hella busy this weekend. Um, I was hella busy this weekend, but I'm definitely probably gonna rest tomorrow. But make sure I thumbs up button. But yeah, like I said before, I'm gonna talk about do a video talking about the fear of black men. I'm gonna talk about that shit, man. It's real. If that shit is real. So when you go on the West Coast, you know what it is. When I went to Vegas and shit, man, a couple years ago, man, it was a bunch of Mexicans around that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of them. They cool. They was cool though. That Mexican restaurant they got out there, Baja, oh, that shit bang. That shit better than like Chipotle and shit. That shit bang. No cap. That shit inside the Excalibur, Baja, oh, that shit good as a motherfucker. When I go back, I'm definitely going back. I'm going there. I'm gonna go to In-N-Out Burger too. I ain't never been to In-N-Out Burger. Shit. Damone, salute. Yeah, hit the like button. He said, I don't know. Let me know when Fondor and them niggas about to come on. Let me know when they about to ring the bell. He said, I don't know, CJ, NHA, the PBC is shameless when it comes to giving the fans the middle finger. Yeah, that's why they going out of business. You see this second rate shit they doing tonight? That shit look bad. The technology wise is clear as hell. That shit, man, ain't gonna be around too much longer. Money can't buy a higher IQ though. Rolly has a high IQ of an orange. Has the IQ of an orange. I think he did. I think he do. I think he do well. You know, because he started late. I think Rolly did well for himself. Honestly, you know. I mean, I was going for Rolly. I bet Rolly, man, in the parlay. He said Tim might win, but he about to take a lot of damage. I'm picking Fondor, but I'm 0 for 1 tonight. And one of the other fights he even better on. Like everybody knew Lara was gonna ice Zephyr, but hopefully Zephyr's sister make a full recovery from cancer though. CJ the fight nearly sold out. They probably gave most of them tickets away, bro. They gave most of them tickets away. But Cruz did his thing. Jalen salute. He said you gonna cover the Camille fight. Man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Sorry, I don't care. Man, I ain't started watching this shit to like the Lara the Zephyr fight. I don't be watching boxing like that no more, dog. Don't be shit to intrigue me. I watched a little bit of the Valdez fight. If I'd have stayed up for the Valdez fight last night, I'd have got some pussy. But I was tired, man. Man, I don't feel like driving and getting none tonight. Fuck that. There's one thing don't slide through. She be bullshit. She gonna hit me up like 3, 4 in the morning and shit. I'm just tell that bitch just knock on the door. Just come on. I'm gonna hit your PayPal soon, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Hell yeah. Be calling late as hell. I don't be staying up late, man. I'm tired, man. I be moving and shaking, so I don't stay up late. My boy got a party tonight, but I ain't fucking with that shit. I'm not fucking with that shit. For real. Even if I did, then them niggas so host the after party. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck that. I'm about to delete. I'm about to delete all the hoes on my phone and start over fresh for the summer. I did that shit for the winter. Shit. You looking for the old hoes number? Like fucking no. He said, "What you think about the production? The clarity of the TV is good though. Like what I'm seeing, how crystal clear it's good. The shit just looked like some Tubi shit to me. I was watching some Tubi shit last night. This shit look weaker than Showtime. Yo, what's Showtime? That's Viacom. It's Viacom. Yeah, this shit. Yeah, it's clear though than a motherfucker. Say you a fool. Hell yeah. I'm calling like 3, 4. Like that bitch knew I just texted her early what I wanted. I guess she ain't feel like driving down here or some shit. I don't blame her. I was like an hour or two. I'll tell you this, when you make a female come, bro, like it's over with. It's over with. I'm telling y'all, man, you can't get rid of them. When you make a chick orgasm, bro, that's what I'm saying, dog. That's all they really be wanting. They gonna come every time. He said it's the same fight that Tom Business is at because he was out in Phoenix. This ain't in Phoenix. He was at the Valdez fight last night. Yeah, I ain't watched that shit at all. He said, left my brother Mexicans rooted for he saw Cruz because he's really from Mexico. And Rolly isn't black. He's Cuban. His mama black. Rolly mama black. Rolly claimed blackness. So there you go again. He said, "Boy, you don't get no pussy, chicken box, nigga." Yeah, I ain't about to argue with you. Shit, well, I'm about to argue with a nigga about some ass, like nigga. What the fuck I gotta say? Oh man, I get ass. You know you dope. You on this bitch watching me. You ain't got time on my own. I really trip to me. That shit don't bother me. Shit, he don't. We know he don't get no ass. You probably watch every PBC card on the prelim. He said, I guess we getting Tank versus Pitbull 2 after Frank. I'm not sure about that, bro, because I don't think they don't want that pressure to be on Devin Haney. But Devin Haney said he feel like the fight gonna happen with Tank. So, and then Sabril Matias on the other side of the street. I mean, I don't really care. You know, I'm looking forward to him fighting Frank though, for sure. This is the first boxing card I watched since Benavidez Andrade in November. The last card I watched for real, like card, shit, I ain't watched the whole card in a minute though, but I watched that Parker and Zhang fight, and I watched AJ and Ngannou. I watched them two fights, but I don't be watching full cards no more, bro. I really don't have a vested interest in it. He said the predetermined fight Fondora plus 1,000 for the knockout. Y'all seen that shit, man. Fondora might fuck around. I think he gonna win, but I can be wrong and shit though. But I just like the matchup for Fondor. But he coming off a knockout. But Tim Tszyu, he throw one punch at a time. So Tim Tszyu ain't really throwing combination punches. I heard Mendoza lost tonight too. But he really ain't throwing combination punches like that and shit. You know what I mean? So he said when they fight, they should be fight going to the ring in a minute. So Mendoza don't be throwing. I mean, somebody like Fondor, you gotta throw combination punches. Guard got to be tight. And Tim Tszyu got a loose guard. But I think he might make the adjustment tonight. I'm more of a Tim Tszyu fan than a Fondor fan. They trying to push Fondor hard. No Diddy. But yeah, I think that with Fondor, if he just be himself for the 6 rounds, and then he just too clumsy to box. That's the problem. Make sure the thumbs up button. He just too clumsy to box. He too clumsy. Like, he don't really have the footwork. He hella clumsy. So to box, he just don't. I mean, he would have to really work on his balance. He would have to work on being on the balls of his toes just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then you notice like a lot of these guys don't have the patience to box. These the ADHD generation. They don't have the patience just to sit there, stick and move and box and use angles. They want to get to it. And Fondor can win off 1, 2, 3. Seriously. Because they got to take a chance getting past the jab, but he ain't got no great jab. You know what I'm saying? The 1, 2, 3. The hook is just to turn him. He like to come forward like Paul Williams and throw a bunch of punches and his chin flop in the air. And once you close that gap, once you allow them niggas to close that gap on you, guess what? The closer you get, the better the shorter arm fighter got. You seen that with Cruz and Rolly tonight. When Rolly allowed Cruz to get on the inside, Rolly was getting beat to the punch because Cruz had the shorter arms. Fondor be wanting to throw that uppercut, but when you throw the uppercut, it leave you open. So if you got a motherfucker who don't bring his hands back home and you throw an uppercut, guess what? Where the hands go after the uppercut? He trying to triple up an uppercut, so guess what? You open for probably a right hand or overhand right. Don't let the motherfucker know how to throw a left hook, a right hand, a left hook, and then roll out and then throw another punch. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. So, but with Fondor, you got to capitalize on him not bringing his hands home, especially when he throw that uppercut. He trying to throw 4 or 5. If he has some discipline to bring his hands back home and keep his chin tucked, he'll be all right. But he want to get on the inside and he want to mix it up. And it ain't the first time the nigga been knocked out neither. I'm hearing he was knocked out before a fight a couple fights ago. I think by the guy who got the WBA belt, or it's the background Machiavelli motherfucker. I get them mixed up. So he was knocked out before one of his previous fights. I forget what fight it was. I be knowing everything. I ain't gonna say everything, but I be knowing most of everything that be going on from these dudes, bro. Most everything that be going on, man. I forget what fight he got knocked out. But it was either by the dude that holds the WBA right now or the background cat. They knocked him out in camp before. Man, can't remember what fight. It might have been before. It was before the Lubin fight. Yeah, he got knocked out in camp before the Lubin fight. So he ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. I know it's different getting knocked out in the gym and then getting knocked out in front of motherfuckers. Fondor getting stopped. He's very clumsy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. He don't, he don't like, he ain't a really fluid athlete. But if I was training him, I would really work on his core and his legs. That's what I really would work on, the fluidity of his movement. He said they thought Ugas was Zab Judah. Ugas ass. He said Carlos said Rolly never recovered from that prior round. Was beating into the which one? Oh, you talking about, the prior, not the first round. You talking about the round before the. I agree with that. It was over with. He said I wonder who's getting the win. Yeah, I'm picking Fondor, but I'm definitely wrong. I'm picking getting the Zoo Fondor. It's gonna be Errol Spence. I reported that a month ago. Make sure you thumbs up the video. I reported that a month ago that Errol Spence was getting that fight. I reported back in October that Errol Spence and Jamil Charlo had left Derrick James. I've been reporting. That's why y'all gotta pay attention to the videos I be dropping. I be saying this shit, bro. Like I told y'all, I'm the only nigga that told y'all that Al Heyman been sick for the last 6 months, and one of Sam Watson's sons is running PBC right now. See, this all shit y'all somebody else gonna say, down the road, y'all gonna act like it's news. But I be telling y'all everything that go on. Just like it's a switch hitter it's 2 switch hitters at PBC right now. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 power bottoms at PBC, if you catch my drift. It's 2 Diddies, no Diddies at PBC right now. They lovers. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. 2 big power bottom ass niggas at PBC. I be knowing about all this shit, bro, that be going on with these niggas, man. I just don't say nothing. Everything don't need to be said. Even if they want you to say it. Man, one of them niggas got caught in a hotel with a tranny. And allegedly knocked the tranny out because he didn't know it was a tranny. And they made that shit go away. See, y'all be fucking with them niggas who don't be knowing shit. Just because they got subs, and niggas don't talk to them niggas because they ain't real, bro. How these niggas go to all these fights and niggas don't fuck with them? Think about this. I know niggas. I ain't got to go to fights to get niggas to do drops. I ain't got to go to fights to get information on cats. I'm telling you. This shit that y'all ain't going to get from nowhere else, bro. Only nigga that really knowing this shit is Fred. That's the only nigga that really be knowing. That's the only nigga I probably know as much as me. But like I said, man, my connect at PBC is high as hell. My connected to zone is A1. Real talk. I got a few PBC plugs. That's why I told y'all about Frank Martin and the money situation with Frank Martin and shit. They was taking all his money. That's why he didn't fight. That's why I pulled off of him with Shakur Stevenson. They was taking all his money probably for crossing the street, so he wasn't gonna be bringing home nothing but not that much money. And niggas say, "Oh, you lying or whatever." Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with a motherfucker and go back and forth about nothing. It just don't make no sense, dog. It don't make no sense. They was taking all Frank Martin money for crossing the street. So it didn't make no sense. He was gonna bring home like $250,000 out of 1.3 million, dog. That's why he didn't take the fight. That's why I pulled off of Frank Martin, bro. It had to be something to that shit. They probably taxing that nigga for crossing the street. I don't know if Earl at the fight, man. I just started watching the Zephyr fight. Press for Al Hamm. I don't want to see him sick and unhealthy. Man, to be honest, man, I don't want to see nobody sick and unhealthy. But fuck that nigga. Yeah. I don't want to see nobody sick and healthy, but man, fuck dog, man. That nigga's a crook. That nigga ain't him and Don King both from Cleveland. Crooked ass motherfuckers, man. They ain't doing what's in the best interest of the fighter, man. That's why, Bob Arum lasted and them niggas won't. You know? Even though Bob Arum stole the company from the brother. What was it? The dude from the nation, he took his company. But yeah, let me watch this Fondor fight, man. I'll do a video. I'll probably gonna do another one of these vertical live streams for that video because I don't feel like getting out of my bed. But I appreciate y'all, man. Thumbs up the video on the way out. Peace.